All procedures shown in this video are of my own making. I have no affiliation with CJ Simulations, and if you want to know the proper procedures you can pop over to Codename Jack's YouTube channel, link is in the description. Thank you. Hello you lovely people and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at CJ Simulations Typhoon ILS. People are having issues grabbing the glide slope or getting the localizer to work properly with a flight plan in. Codename Jack has actually stated in his Discord that there is an issue with regards to the navigation computer severing ties with the flight plan and switching over to the approach and causing the aircraft to just dawdle about and act like there are no inputs being put in. He has put a solution in saying that if you are on an ILS, it's all tuned in and you aren't getting anything, to come out with switch VOR1 off to standby and then switch it back on again, and hopefully that should sever the tie from the auto navigation. He's also stated that it's not just the Typhoon that's having this issue, there are other aircraft as well, so it's a sim issue, so not to direct any frustration towards Codename Jack, because he is trying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flight plan. I'm going to use IFE low airway, IFE, instrument flight rules, IFR, sorry, not in flight emergency, and I'm going to add an approach and select a runway to come in on. So I'm going to fly from Cambridge to Stansted, a nice short hop. So if we come to Cambridge, just going to start on the runway just to make things a little bit easier. Come down and we've got Stansted here. Set as arrival, nice short flight, but we're going to come up here, change to IFR low altitude, and now you can see we get some options under here. For those of you that are clued up on the whole Airways way of flying, then you can ignore this, but for those who don't, usually you can select a departure route and an approach route into an airfield or out of an airfield. In this case I'm just going to choose ILS runway 22 because that's the runway that's in use at the moment, and yeah, that's why. And I'm just going to go direct. Now there we go. So we've got a sorry about that, my flight sim decided to freeze up. So here we are, we've got a departure direct from Cambridge, and we're going to hit Barkway and make our way in on the approach on ILS 22. Now I'm going to use the tracking. It's not been advised, some people have been saying use the follow the route via the heading bug, but I've been flying it this morning and I've actually had a bit of success with it, and hopefully it won't backfire on me in this video. So let's get into the aircraft. I've got live weather on, as I always fly with live weather. Okay, so we're at Cambridge. As you can see, got the flight plan in there, all our waypoints here. Stansted is ILS is 110.500. That's already in as automatic, so that's handy. All that's left for me to do is just set up my autopilot, and we're going to cruise at 3,000 feet and at 300 knots. 3,000 knots would be quite an achievement. Okay, right, so lift dump is on, yeah, everything's how it should be. let's get up in the air and catch this ILS. Take a nice easy take the parking brake off, you idiot. Right. Okay, gear up. Autopilot on, throttle back, get the tracking on. So yes, I'm going to be flying with the track, and I'm just going to follow the route. Okay, so we've hit Laurel and now we're heading towards Barkway. So Barkway is over there. Anyone interested, there's a great golf course there. Stansted traffic can be a bit distracting. And ironically, there's Cambridge. We might as well just flown straight over here. I believe that's Stansted there. Okay, bring it down to 2,500 and slow it down. Keep the turn nice and tight. Now this is where things can go exceptionally wrong. Okay, so we're going to be turning finals on Stansted, which I think is behind the pillar here. Where are you? Right, as we make our final turn, rule number 1, get your gear down. You will not catch a glide slope without it. There's Stansted there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the aircraft to settle in line. Then I'm going to switch the VOR 1 on so that we can track in to the approach. Okay, so VOR is now on. Click the approach. And we need to change our speed to all-weather landing system. Now, as you can see, we've got glide slope information, we have localizer information. So we're just waiting to see what happens. Okay, so that's good news. We seem to have hit the glide slope. All-weather landing system is now kicking in, and we're also getting localized bearing information as well. So it does work, but I think there could be a procedure to it. I'm no expert, and if you want to know the proper procedures, Codename Jack has a video which I'll link in the description. But as you can see, we are coming in how we are supposed to be coming in. Now this is with the IFR low airways. Now I'm going to try it with a GPS flight plan and see if I can lock on to Coningsby's runway, because I was having issues with that majorly yesterday. But with codename Jack's information, I feel that there could be a solution to it. So as you can see, I'm on the approach. There's no point in showing you the rest of it coming into land. So let's have a look at the GPS flight plan. Right, so as you can see, I've set up one of my regular little navigation routes around Lincolnshire, going up from Coningsby, Cranwell, Waddington, Libso just below Grimsby, and then down to D070T to bring us in on runway 25 for the ILS. It's a VFR direct GPS, so it won't have all the information in the computer like it would be for the previous landing. So it'd be interesting to see how I can manipulate that, the approach, to actually bring us in on 25. So let's jump in the cockpit. Right, okay, so as you can see, we've got the flight plan in the GPS over here, or the MFD, sorry. We've got our list of waypoints, bringing us all the way back round again, and I've got my autopilot set up exactly as I have the previous flight. Make sure lift dump is off. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, let's get rolling. The weather is slightly windier here. Let's get up in the air, rotate, gear up. Okay. Bring back the throttle. Activate the autopilot, turn auto throttle on, altitude, and we want to track. Just a tad windy, Jesus. Hello. Different. Okay, we're going to speed this up. Okay, so we should start making our turn over the top of Royal Air Force College Cranwell. There we go. Coming up to our area of Waddington now, with Lincoln Cathedral up there just above it. Okay, making our turn onto Libso. Back into the crap weather again. Anyone can tell me why this keeps happening with my flight plan? I mean, obviously it's still tracking on the flight plan that I made, but this is weird. I don't understand why this is happening. Okay, so we're about to hit Libso at the mouth of the Humber River. Donanook bombing range just over there. Okay, so we're coming up to the moment of truth. Whoa, Jesus. And just for a point of reference here, just over in this area here is the now closed Wainfleet bombing range, and the last aircraft to actually bomb the site was a Northrop B-2A. Okay, so we're going to be making our turn in now. Slow the aircraft down to get 250 knots, and then bring it down to 2,500 feet. Wait until we've settled. You can see Coningsby is just there. Rule number 1, gear down, because we want to catch that glide slope. Right, okay, so let's get VOR1 active. Go into the aids menu. Here we go, VOR1. Now, change the speed to all-weather landing system and hit the approach. And keep my fingers crossed. F18. Now the good news is we are kind of still turning in. Ah, wait. Usually helps if you've got the frequency dialed in. My apologies. There we go. Let's see what happens now. We are still turning. I've not touched the controls yet, so that's a good sign. We should grab that glide slope around about 8 or 7 nautical miles out. So we're definitely getting localizer bearing information. Always a good thing. Come on, get that glide slope. Come on. No, nothing. Aids. And there we go. Codename Jack wasn't wrong. So captured the glide slope. And now it's decided no. Okay. That's strange. Okay. Turn the VOR off. Turn off the auto throttle. Now the approach decides to come alive. Okay, so we'll go around again. Okay, so we're going to try that again. Wait till we get just past 10 nautical miles out. We're going to turn back in again. Get the gear down and start turning in. Okay, so go back into aids. Turn on standby. Let's turn the VOR1 on. Back to autopilot. Right, let's try this again. So I will hit approach, change that to all-weather landing system. Turn off altitude. Right, got in a bit closer, reset the VOR1, and we have glide slope and localizer following. Hooray! So codename Jack's method of switching off the VOR1 and switching it back on again seems to work. I'm not down yet though, so Okay, so there really does seem to be an issue between getting the autopilot to stop following the auto nav and switch over to VOR1. So you think you're getting the information to the aircraft, but in actual fact you're still following the nav auto. So, Jesus Christ, this is a blustery landing. Yeah. A bit hard, but I think I saved it. So, there we go, we have a solution. You have to interrogate the aids section of the autopilot, basically. So going into your nav auto VOR1, just clicking between the two until it makes a connection. That's a lot of trouble for just trying to get the ILS to work, and takes the concentration away. As you just saw there, I wasn't prepared to really do a proper approach. I was about to go around again, and then it actually managed to sever from the nav auto. Oh, right. Okay, so I'll put this out today as of the 8th of the 11th, and hopefully you will get something from this video and I haven't wasted my time. But if you want proper procedures, like I say, I will put Codename Jack's official video for the aircraft. I'll put the link in the description. So you got this far, thank you very much, and as always, take care, and I will see you in the next one.